welcome to the Fearless Sinner podcast. My name is Courtney, and you can also find me as Stitches Please on Ravelry, Plurk, and Instagram. And this is episode 32. Today is Monday, July 15th, 2013. Thank you for joining me on this really hot day. I don't know if it's hot where you are, but it is hot where I am. It's, I think, 95 degrees Fahrenheit. I always want to say it really German and then people think I'm crazy. Today is one of those days I can't talk. I started recording with Boogie and then Boogie jumped off and made loud noise, so I had to restart. And then I drank water and I started choking on the water. Now I'm all discombobulated, so sorry. I'll try to get my act together. Alright, so let's talk about some knitting. Just a reminder, I'm having a knit-along starting August till September for anything of Tin Can Knits Designs. She has hats, mittens, sweaters, baby sweaters, adult sweaters, shawls, you name it. They have blankets, more afghans, anything. You should be able to find something. I'm probably going to knit the antler in baby size. I was thinking about knitting in my size, but I thought I can do the wee little one and see if I like it enough to make a big one. Now that I have that reason, I can make that. I have some cascade left over. I made a cowl out of last year for, I think it was the last loopy challenge. It was one of the loopy challenges. I think it was Camp Loopy. No, I think it was the winter challenge. And I have a whole skein and a little bit extra left over. It's a really dark color, but it should be unisex enough. So that's what I'm gonna do. Sorry, I just saw Boogie flying by. Alright, I have a finished object. It's not blocked, or ends are woven in. But next week I'll show it to you again when it's all blocked and everything. I finished it Saturday. I started binding off Friday and I didn't finish till that Saturday afternoon. You should guess what I finished. I should have definitely blocked it. I had all the rest of the day of Saturday and all day Sunday. I just didn't feel like it. So I finished my hope. Whoop whoop. It's not blocked, so this is gonna look way different because it's gonna open up. See if I can do this with, see, it's gonna be like this in the pole. It's gonna be really tall because it's garter, so it's gonna grow. And here's my bind off. It was the first time I ever knitted with beads, or did anything with beads and knitting, and it was a beaded bind off. My beads are all different kinds of colors. I bought this remix, Hawaiian remix, I think it was called. It had pink, blackish gray, pearl, and clear, and some of the clear had black in it. And I thought it went really well with my variegated yarn, and I really love it. Brings some bling to it and definitely adds some weight, so it should help even more weighing it down. Really love the beads. Since I've never done this before, I had to look up how to do it, and I don't have a crochet hook small enough, so everything said Superfloss. I didn't know what Superfloss was, so I googled it, and I went to CVS and they didn't have any kind of Superfloss. So I went home and came up with this idea of, I used to make jewelry, so I have this really thin flexible wire, so I used that instead. So I cut off a piece like this, I tied in a knot, and then I fed like about 10 to 15 beads on it and bent the top and then just looped it through like how you would do with, I guess, a Superfloss. I found a tutorial online that was really helpful. Um, I'll link it in the show notes. It was a picture tutorial, but it was really clear pictures, and I looked at it once and I got it. It was just, I didn't understand, like, the pattern is written really well. The pattern is by Laura Linneman, Lala from the Knit Girls. It was written really well, but since I've never knitted with beads, when it said place bead on stitch, I was like, say what? I had no idea what that meant. So once I saw it in pictures, I was like, I'm a very visual learner, very. That's when I was like, oh, light bulb moment, and it very time consuming. I did about this much, and then I set it down, and I looked at it, and I looked at it some more. I looked at both sides to determine if it was worth it. And honestly, it was, because I did the whole thing. So, yep, it's finished. I knitted out of creatively dyed yarns. Sorry, I'm gonna click over again. Calypso Queen Base in the Lita color, on size 5, 3.75 millimeter needles. I bought the yarn at a fall fiber festival last year. The oh god, Montpelier. It's a local-ish festival for me, so I'm very happy with that. You'll see it again next week when I hopefully have blocked this thing. Alright, that's my only info. Whips. I knitted like the wind on the Dahlia cardigan, at least I think so, which is by Heather Sopetti. And I'm knitting that out of Cascade 220 Superwash Sport in the Daffodil colorway, which looks like, okay, I can't see what I'm showing you. This is this really nice yellow. It's for my sister, and my sister has no idea unless she watches this. And her favorite color is yellow, but finding a yellow for a cardigan is really difficult because everything's like bam in your face yellow. This is a very nice muted yellow. I'm not a yellow fan. I love this yellow. I like all colors. There really is not. I mean, there's some colors where I'm like, ugh. But it depends on what you knit it for. And I'm pretty much a fan of, there's really no color, I think. Not a big fan of yellows and greens, but it all depends. Alright, I have no clue how I'm going to show this to you. Let me find a marker. Here's one marker. That's how I know what I showed you last week. Okay. So this is one of the sides. This is the most, excuse me, I get these weird digestion problems. This is the most weirdest instructions, not instructions, the instructions are written really well. I have no problems with the instructions. Construction is what I want to say. I've knitted 2 cardigans and 2 pullovers. So I'm not the most, I'm a sweater knitter, but this seems really odd from watching other podcasts who knit solely sweaters. This seems odd. So you start out with the back panel, which is this gorgeous flower, which reminds me of a sunflower in this yellow. And then so much waste yarn, you place everything constantly on waste yarn, constantly doing provisional cast. If you don't like provisional cast, don't do the sweater, or you'll get really good at it. And then you knit little pieces, and you seam it all together as you go. It's like a seam as you go. I only have one seam to do at the very end. Alright, so then you knit one of the sides. The pink stripe is where the afterthought arm goes. So last time you saw me at the marker, and I did the rest of this, and you do a seed stitch border that likes to roll. So I finished this part. Then I picked up the stitches on the lower back which is this, and I was here. That's where the waste yarn was. So I picked that up, knitted all that. Again, seed stitch border. I just took the needles off, put stoppers on it, because then I moved on to the other side, where it's the back and the neck, like this folds over and becomes like the collar. Because if you see, this is garter, or not garter, this is the purl side, and this is the stockinette side. And then when it folds over the right way, which I can't do right now, you will see the stockinette side. Very interesting. But here's the marker. This is what I did. I would have been way further. This is what I did yesterday during True Blood and Dexter. I would have been way further. But there was a decrease right where this was on a provisional cast on that I wrote down. There was a decrease right by the provisional cast on. That little decrease confused the heck out of me, because it's been a while since I knitted this piece. So it told me to do an increase at the very beginning, and then it seemed like this had shifted where it rolls, and then it seemed like my seed stitch had shifted. So I got about this far, I ripped it out, started over. Did it again, I was like, it still looks wrong. So I went through instruction, read when I knitted this, and it was on the provisional cast on, of what I've done and if it makes sense, and then I finally just went with it, and it looks right. So this still seems a little wonky, but we'll see. So yes, I have knitted quite a bit on here. The only seam I was talking about I will have at the end is the seam right here. You will seam the back to this, and then the back to this. So you seam that part. I think I'll just do a mattress seam. It doesn't tell you what kind of seam. So I'm hoping I have enough yarn. That's what's freaking me out now. My LYS doesn't have any more of this yarn where I initially bought it. And talking about that, I went downtown to the other yarn store to buy yarn. I was going to buy more for her cardigan for me, and then I was going to buy that blue for, I get out of breath when I talk too fast, the blue for the baby vest for my nephew. They don't have either. Both my LYSs, one of them, the one I hang out at, they're decently stocked. The one downtown is getting really low in stock. They had 3 colors in vintage, and the blue is vintage. And then the Cascade, they have a lot of Neuro. If you need Neuro, they have a lot of Neuro, and they have a lot of. That's what both my stores seem like. They don't have sweater quantities a lot. It's a lot of odds and ends. I don't know. Anyway, I guess it's something else on. You know how I was complaining, I went through my stash and tried matching a project. I don't know if I did that on the podcast. I know I did that at my knitting store. I've been having a problem. I really have castonitis. I want to cast on all the things. I have the time to do it. Like, I don't have no obligations right now. Obligation knitting like I had with the wedding and everything. So I can knit whatever I want. So I go on my Ravelry, I go through my queue, which I just listened to the Yarniacs podcast at work, and they were talking about how many pages the queues are, and they were all like, oh, shockingly, 7 pages, oh no. I just went through it and deleted some things and got down to 12. I'm at 12 pages. It seems like so unmanageable. If I knitted like a crazy person, I don't think I'll ever get through it, especially at the amount I add. because every evening I'm on there and I look at the new stuff added and I go add. So yeah, I have a problem. But anyways, I go through my queue and I find something I want to knit. Then I have two tabs. I have the queue tab open, then I have the stash tab open. So then I go through my stash because I have to knit for my stash only. A tight budget. I can't find anything. So then I do that for a while, get frustrated. Then I go, okay, let me go find something in my stash I want to knit with, and then find a project. So I go to advanced search, I type in what I have, and then I usually click in queue, and then if nothing in my queue pops up, I take the queue thing out. And I've had the hardest time finding anything. I finally found something. My stash mostly has, I have a couple of sweater quantities. I have 4 sweater quantities that the sweaters are picked out for, but I don't want to start. I don't know why. It's, I think, because I'm getting bigger. So I can't try it on as I go. That's not going to be an option because even this, from here on, everything has changed already. So that wouldn't be an option. And I think that's what's holding me back, where I'm like, I don't know, it's not going to fit right. So I have 4 sweater quantities, and the rest are one skeins for shawls. They're not even for socks. I have 2 that are good for socks. The rest is shawls. So that's, I guess, what I'm going to be knitting for now. But I didn't grab the other ball that has the ball band on. This one doesn't have a ball band anymore. But I'm knitting the Springtime Bandit by Kate Gagnon Osborne out of, I gotta click over so I can read my show notes, Stonehenge Fiber Mill, Shepherd's Wool in the worsted, weight in raspberry color. Oops, and I clicked on the wrong thing. Sorry. On US 8 5mm needles. It's going pretty quick. I think it started yesterday. So here it is. I got about here, and then I realized that all of these creases on this side, I did the wrong ones. It's a free pattern, and it's really nice for a free pattern. It's only charted, and I will not lie, I can read charts because when I did the even star, a little bit of the even star I did before I frogged the heck out of it, I did only charts. I never looked at the written. But sometimes I like to have the written so that I can look at the chart, look at the written, and then I can go from there. I don't know why. With this one, I had the hardest, my brain could not wrap around this chart. Somebody had written out a couple rows because she had the same problem, I assume, and it made a little sense. After the first three, you have a setup. You have 3 charts: setup chart, body chart, edging chart. After the first full repeat of the body chart, in the first row, I had a light bulb moment, and now it's easy. I had, goodness, I don't know what happened, but also, I'm pregnant, and pregnancy makes you little, at least me, it makes me stupid. My brain does not work. I forget everything. I have problems talking, as you can tell, and sometimes I'll look at something and I'm like, especially at work or with knitting, I'm like, what? Luckily my best friend works in the same department as me, so I can look at her and be like, what the heck does this mean? And she won't laugh at me or anything. She knows and she understands, so she just, she might giggle and say things, but she helps me out. Without her, I could not go to my supervisor with these questions. I would be like, oh my god, what are you smoking? Anyways, And that's another thing. I think I ramble more. Even my husband is right there this time and still doesn't stop me from rambling. Alright, so here it is. It's, I was like, ooh, worsted weight for shawl? I don't know, that seems kind of heavy. But I think it turns out really pretty. And I love this color. I actually was going to make a purse out of this color. And I had about this much. And I started it, oh goodness, I don't even think that was last year. It had to been last year. It's been hibernating for almost a year, so I dropped it. And started this. So happy with it. I actually had to stop myself yesterday because during True Blood and Dexter I needed something more mindless without a chart, so that's how I got to the Dahlia. Because once I casted this on, that's all I wanted to do. Alright, Tour de Fleas. When I started knitting in Dahlia again, like once I finished the My Hope, well, once I got to the binder of the My Hope, Tour de Fleas took a back burner. Like, I still spin every day. Today I'm not gonna spin because it's rest day, and I'm gonna take that rest day. But once I did the bind off, I just wanted to finish the bind off, and I had to stop myself on Friday night to spin those, and I really only spun the 20 minutes or so, and I stopped to continue on the bind off, and then Saturday I had to do the same thing. Like, I have to spin. Also, I'm spinning merino right now, and I don't know what it is about merino. It's the first time I'm spinning merino, and it hurts my hand. It doesn't hurt my hand, but my hand gets uncomfortable because I feel like I have to pinch really hard because the staple length is so short, and it's been so hot. My hand gets kind of sticky, so then the fibers feel like they're sticking to my hand, and it just makes it not makes my hand uncomfortable. It doesn't hurt. It just, I don't want to touch it anymore. I'm like, oh no. So I really can't spin it for very long. I don't know. But anyway, first up, remember my Into the World Aurora Borealis that was all curled up from my Navajo ply? Well, I ended up going onto Instagram and got lots of help from CogniTM from the High Fiber Diet and some other people. I'm sorry, I can't remember your names, but I got so much awesome advice. Even on the Ravelry group too, I got messages. Thank you so much. I got it all worked out. I just have to wash it again and thwack it again. But this is how it looks like now. And it is so much better. Yes. This is the one that went, oh, I poked myself in the eye. But that's the one that, it's still a little kinky, but it just has to be washed and thwacked. But the first tip everybody gave me was to soak it again and to beat the living heck out of it. I feel so bad for this yarn. I really love this yarn. Otherwise I would have not done all this. But I thought of every anger I had at work, which I just had some anger at work, and I let it out on this poor yarn. I took it, not in a braid, but I took it like how I just showed you in the ring, and I banged it on my floor. I put a towel down and it was really loud. My husband thought, it's like, what did the yarn on the floor do to you? I beat the heck out of it. It helped on one side, but then the other side was really bunched up. So it seemed like all the energy moved down, like I moved the yarn in my hand when I banged the heck out of it. But I did it for like half an hour, and it didn't seem to work. So then they told me to feed it back through the spinning wheel in the opposite direction, just take some of the twist out, and that's what worked. That's what worked really well. I don't know if this is happening also while it's recording. I think my computer was loading or something, and my picture got slow. But now what I'm spinning, this bag has been flipping hell because my cat ate it. Do you see this? This is Boogie. It's a ginormous hole. He's never done this with any of my fibers, but merino. Must smell really good. But I'm spinning Into the World, classic October 2012 club in merino, Bodhi colorway. I love this colorway. This colorway was inspired by, I think the ocean, if I remember it's right. I know that was water and sand, so I'm assuming it was the ocean. This is the sand, and this is the water. While I'm spinning this, I just think of my honeymoon. Like, this screams my honeymoon. Which I went on a cruise, so I went to 2 different beaches. The 3rd stop, I never saw the beach. But this is what I have left to spin. I'm spinning from this end. And remember how I said if I've really been wanting to spin my English Shetland, but I've spun English Shetland before, and I'm not sure English Shetland is good for navel ply, because I think it's a longer staple length. I really need to get the book of wool and fiber. I think that's what it's called. But tight budget. So I'm very not educated when it comes to fibers. Spinning is because my knitting, I follow patterns. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to knitting. I think back a lot. I want my knitting done a certain way, I think. Sometimes I'll let things slide, but usually I concentrate with my knitting. My spinning, I don't want to do. I just want to get on the wheel and go. So I'm a little uneducated when it comes to cheap and fiber. I'm sorry. So I think English Shetland is a longer staple length, and I think I heard that longer staple length is not good for navel ply. So I was like, oh, I've already spun English Shetland, and my whole goal with Tour de Fleece was to do something new. So this one, I've never spun Superwash BFL, and I've never done navel ply, and this was my goal, to do this one skein. So I'm over my goal right now, so I'm happy. And this one is not going to get done because Tour de Fleece ends next week, but this one is done. And oh, but merino, I can't do navel ply because I figured it would be thicker, because my Superwash merino turned out pretty thick. It's just as thin as the Superwash BFL was, if not thinner. But I compromised. I've never spun merino before, and what I did is I took the braid and I went like this, was the whole thing, and then I broke it up here. Usually I break it lengthwise, so I did something different. I've never spun where you break it here, and then this half, I'm gonna break lengthwise a couple times. I don't know if that's fractal spinning. I thought fractal spinning is you break it lengthwise and then spin more normal and then break it again a couple times. So I didn't do that. I don't know what kind of spinning I'm doing. But here's what I got so far. He's pretty thin. I could have done the Navajo. Oh well. I guess I still could technically do Navajo, but I'm not going. You can kind of see the brown here. The brown is underneath all the teal. There's some you can't really see, but this only had one little strip of the sandy color, so a little bit. It screams my honeymoon. Alright, enabling, I'll have a magazine review for you. And next week I'll have a book review. And then a week after that I'll have another book review. Yeah. Tight budget. I splurged on books and magazines. Sorry, shook the table. As you all know, I'm a big fan of that scene. Even for blah 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 blah. The photographs. Oh my goodness, the photos. Maybe that's easier to say. Again, kind of difficult to tell what the knitting is. But this is Knit Scene Fall 2013. It retails for $7.99 US and $9.99 Canadian. I bought this at my local yarn store. She carries it just for me. I bucked her long enough. As far as I know, they didn't have a subscription. I heard now they do, or they're going to. Now they do, and I don't know what to do. Oh, and it rhymed. Because it's so much cheaper to have a subscription. But I feel bad because my yarn store just started carrying it for me. I don't know what to do. But anyways, let's talk about the magazine. I didn't put any stickies in here. There's stuff I like. I folded the pages. I was too lazy to grab the stickies that I use. But first I wanted to show you. Oh goodness, I know this is. Oh, that's not in this one. That's the other one. Never mind. Alright, first I'm going to show you. Oh my god. I am so horrible today. Did I even fold pages in here yet? No, I didn't. Oh god. You guys gotta bear with me. Let's talk about the section. Knit Scene always has sections in the magazine. This one they have, obviously they always have a designer that they showcase. This one is Casey Castillo. Then they have My So-Called Cables, Color Block Party, Making Waves, Pretty Sweet Reserved. Alright, so I really like the cover cardigan, which is by that's in the design featured designer Cassie Castillo, and it's the Rosemary cardigan, which they knit out of Cascade 220 heathers. And this picture is not very good. That's a good picture. You have the waves on the sides. I really like this one. It has pockets and then side waves on the pockets. Very cute. Looks like a total different color in this picture. It's the same one. This is a cute pullover too. It's the Allison pullover. They did that on Barocco Ultra Alpaca. And it has cables here and then by the busts. But I don't know about the sleeves are in garter. You won't be able to tell. But they did that of garter. That's kind of weird because the body's stockinette, but then the collar is garter too. And then it's the My So-Called Cables. And I don't think, no, I didn't really like anything in that section. In the color block party, I like the Terraca Socks by Ginevra Martin, and they knit that out of Schoppewolle Sauberball, which is a German yarn. I have knitted my Daybreak, the stripes out of that. It's a long color repeat yarn. It does out of socks. I really like those. And then next section is Making Waves, which I like this one. I don't like the bright colors, but it's I'm gonna butcher this one. Emmanuel sweater by Mercedes Tarasovich Clark. It's a basic raglan sweater. It gets a pop of color from simple intarsia arrows worked into the yoke. And it did that out of Brown Sheep Company Nature Spun Worsted. And the next is Pretty Sweet Reserve. This is where I like a lot. This is the Penny Candy cardigan by Melissa Whirl. And it's a basic raglan cardigan, hides a sweet surprise in small eyelet cables around the bottom hem and raglan lines. And it's knit out of the fiber company Acadia. It's very basic, but then they have eyelets down here and here. I just like her tutu. I like this picture. Who doesn't want to go shopping in a tutu? She's in the candy section of like a dollar store in a tutu. It's the Praline Pullover by Emma Welford. It's a lace hand-leaf inset. Stands out against the pearl stitch body of this pullover. The shorter set-in sleeves add useful elegance to the sweater's profile, and it's knit out of Madeline Tosh Decay. And I really like it. I even like this color. I think it's really cute. I think that's, yep, that's it. So, oh, also what I liked, they had a section about ombre yarns, which ombre is super cool right now in everything. I actually saw this Freya at Maryland Sheep and Wool, and I believe my friend Leslie bought some. And then Shopper Walla, and they got some other ones that I didn't know. This is Barocco. I didn't know Barocco had one like this. Check it out. Knitting Fall 2013. I've been buying this magazine since summer 2012. I bought every single issue since Maryland Sheep and Wool last year. Alright. Well, what do I have? I have an introduction. I haven't had one in a while. Actually, I think she introduced herself last week, but I didn't see it until I put my show notes up. And her Ravelry name is All That Cake Knit, and she is I'm sorry, I can talk. Dorothy. I don't even know what to say anymore. And she's from Minnesota. I wonder if she went to the zombie retreat. If you live in Minnesota, you probably have been to this zombie retreat. But welcome, and welcome to anybody else who has joined. If you haven't introduced yourself, go ahead and do so. Netflix, we got a movie a while ago, and we got it for me, and I've been slacking and haven't watched it yet because I've been addicted to Lost. I'm on season 5. I'm halfway through season 5. I watched all of season 4 on Saturday, and that's all I'm gonna watch. And I would just want to knit on my Dahlia watching Lost, or on my Springtime Bandit and watch Lost. I don't want to watch anything else. So I've got to make myself watch the movie. I'm skipping German facts and German phrase of the week. It's a long episode already because I'm rambly again, and I really couldn't think of anything. So if you have any questions about Germany, there's a post on Ravelry. Go ahead and ask me a question. Or if you want to hear a phrase or anything, go ahead and ask. And, oh, here is a quick fact about Germany. Maternity leave in Germany is 2 years. Really? I get 6 weeks, unpaid. I get paid because I have a secondary. But yeah, usually my work doesn't offer a short-term disability. Anyway, that's a quick fact about Germany. That made me sick to my stomach when my mom told me that. That's all I have this week. If you really like watching me and you watch it on iTunes, if you're so be so kind and leave me a star review, or if you have extra time, a written review, I really would appreciate it. They make me all giggly and happy. And do that with all your podcasters, of course, because it bumps you up when people look for podcasts. Alright, that's all I got. Hope to see you again next week. Bye!